Okay, I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but really I don't care. So before you come at me, because I know anybody that has a college degree is probably going to come at me. I have 2 college degrees, and I still believe this. I believe that college is a scam. I believe that it's a money-making machine, and that's all it is. And we have told ourselves, and we've told our children in society, that if you don't go to college, you're never going to get ahead in life. That's bull, right? I truly believe that trade schools are probably better than college.
Definitely
and I think
more
that
bang
a
for your
4-year
buck.
college can honestly be turned into 2 years.
Yes.
When I heard my son going to college, me and my husband talked about this. He didn't go to
Quick interjection here, just for me to add a little bit more of a framework. What she just said there is most 4-year degrees could be taught in 2 years. I spent 4 years studying programming, computer science, and then all the languages I have actually used in my real life coding, I had to learn on the job. So I wasn't even being taught the languages in my 4-year degree that I ended up using. Now you could argue, but you kind of generically learned about how to code. And yeah, that's the thing that could be taught in 2 years. I think colleges end up keeping you for longer than they should. And they're like, we're making you well-rounded. And they make you take a bunch of jet ends and random classes that they're more than happy to charge you for. And you pay a lot of money, but inherently it's a class you just don't care at all about. The people running higher education right now, for them, I fully agree. It's a business. How can we extract more money from you? It's not really a question of how can we provide more value. I should also say that I think some degrees are very useful. Like, yeah, I think we need more people in STEM. I think we need more lawyers, more doctors. But there's also a lot of degrees being given out in underwater basket weaving that have no viable job market or opportunity. And then people will be stuck under the debt because of its interest bearing. So they'll be stuck paying that interest for the rest of their life. And we're putting this decision on people whose brains are not even developed. They're 16, 17 years old. They're like, I want to do this with my life. I want to be an underwater basket weaver. And the colleges are like, cool, we'll take 150 grand from you. And it's that part of it that I think is super devious, super deceitful. And I don't think, oh, we're going to just forgive college debt, like fixes this, because the colleges will still continue to be offering these horrible business opportunities. And what I mean by that is degrees that in relative to society, we don't deem to have that much value, i.e. that's why they're getting paid less. But anyway, I just want to add a little bit more framework of where I'm coming from, my history, and let's see what she has to say.
the classes, like when he woke up until he went to sleep. Everything that he did in those 4 years with between summer breaks, everything else could have been condensed into 2 years. But I think that they wanted it to be 4 years because that's more money that they can make from the person.
Without a doubt.
You know, not only money to go to college and books, but him having to pay for an apartment, a house, living expenses, everything in that area. So I think it's just a money-making scheme. But they say, oh, you're going to get yourself ahead because you have this college degree. Also bull. My son graduated from college.
There's a lot of degrees you will not get ahead with.
When you first graduate, that piece of paper doesn't say that you're qualified to do anything. Let's be real. So he does have to start at an entry-level position. You know, so he makes $40,000 a year with his college degree. And I get that they want to see experienced persons first. But I can tell you that I have 2 college degrees. I only got those through the military. Right, so I joined the military when I was his age because I couldn't afford college. The military gave me those 2, didn't give me, I worked for those 2 degrees. And when I retired from the military after 22 years, I was able to get a job. And it was a 6-figure salary. Do I believe it had anything to do with my degrees? Absolutely not, because I wasn't even working in what my degrees were for. I think it had everything to do with the fact that I had served 22 years in the military, and the experience is what they were hiring me for. The
I agree
management
with that
experience,
comment.
not the degrees that I had. But right now, it's like when they put so much emphasis on these college degrees, you spend 4 years, which I think could be down to 2, hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debts just to get a job that you can't even afford to live with. Something's got to change with that. You know, something is absolute, because we are just setting them up to fail.
100% agree. There's this weird, almost devious thing going on that people just say, I have a college degree, I should be good. No, I would argue that 90% of college degrees are BS. There are a certain subset of college degrees that I think are great. People should go after them. They are a clear net benefit for society, but the colleges aren't honest about that. They just think, oh, I have a college degree. And then you hear people saying this, I have a college degree and I can't pay my bills. It's like, well, let me know what your college degree is in, because there's a lot of them that society just does not deem it like it's supply demand. It's a workforce. And that part, I think colleges really need to own up to. And a secondary thing that I think a lot of you are going to agree with, but just to state it, is culturally, societally, there's a big emphasis to go to a 4-year college. And all of a sudden, these VOTEC options, they're, for whatever reason, looked down upon. I went to an area where predominantly most people I graduated with, if they had the opportunity to go to higher education, a lot of them didn't, they went to VOTEC. And as 2 years later, they had less debt and already a higher paying job. So if we're talking about things like a carpenter, an electrician, a plumber, welder, diesel mechanic, any of those things, that, for whatever reason, if I could wave a magic wand, one of the first things I would do is change the cultural, societal opinion on those jobs, because for whatever reason, these blue collar efforts are for some reason looked down upon. And in reality, it is a smart career, life, and financial decision. It's shorter, more affordable schooling with better job opportunities, and it's clearly skills that we need in this world. And for some reason, I don't know if it's Hollywood, I don't know if it's books, I don't know if it's politicians, society has said, no. Like, it's a better job for you to have a degree in underwater basket weaving than it is to be a welder. And they look down on it. And I just don't get it, because the people choosing to go that path have a quantifiably better life.